I now hand over to Emma to talk about the Blue Shield and celebrating our 25th anniversary. Emma.
Thank you very much, Peter, and thank you for that kind welcome. It's really wonderful that you're all here. Huge pleasure, and thank you so much for joining us. There are a number of new faces and a number of people who've been involved with the organisation since its founding, and that's really wonderful to have everybody here to celebrate our 25th anniversary together. I'm welcoming you all here today to celebrate our 25th anniversary. That's a huge achievement for us. And the only way really to start an anniversary going forwards is to look a little bit about going back and see where we've come from, to really contextualize what you've achieved as an organization. And I say you because it's obviously not just us in Blue Shield International, but our national committees around the world and all our partners, and you're going to hear from so many of them today. So, sorry. So, initially, in 1955, a member of the Red Cross who was at the drafting conference for the 1954 Hague Convention wrote that he hoped to count all those who work under the blue and white shield, which today we just think of as the Blue Shield, amongst the faithful allies of the Red Cross. And in 1991, the first discussions about Blue Shield started, but it wasn't really until 1996 that it was founded by ICOM, ICOMOS, IFLA and ICA, our 4 heritage organisations who we're going to hear from shortly. We have to really acknowledge the contribution here actually of Charles Keck's committee, and I hope I've said that right, of the ICA, who I believe passed away recently, but he was instrumental in founding the Blue Shield. And we'll learn a little bit more about that. So we were founded eventually on the 6th of June, 1996, and we've been celebrating since the 6th of June, 2021, to protect Blue Shield from conflict and disasters. And it was named after the emblem in the Hague Convention. Now, we don't have a photo of that founding. We know it took place in during the break of the ICOM Executive Board lunch. And you can see here our founders. This is a photo of the meeting in Rudensi in 1998, where they discussed our founding principles as an organisation. And you have Patrick Boylan on the left there. Thank you, Patrick. I know you're here today. That's brilliant. George Mackenzie of the ICA, Marie-Therese Varlamov, apologies, of the International Federation of Library Associations, and on the right, Dinu Bambaru of ICOMOS. And these 4 people represented then the Vice President of ICOM, a member of the International Executive Committee of ICOMOS, then ICA Deputy Secretary General, and the Director of the IFLA Preservation and Conservation Core Activity. So they brought together a huge amount of expertise. And as George wrote at the time, the Blue Shield was founded to bring together the knowledge, experience, and international networks of 4 expert organisations, the ICA, ICOM, ICOMOS, and IFLA. These represent an unrivaled body of expertise to advise and assist in responding to events such as war in former Yugoslavia, hurricane damage in Central America, or earthquakes in the Far East. The great strength of Blue Shield is that it is cross-sectoral, bringing together professions and institutions across the cultural spectrum. By pooling their expertise and drawing in military authorities and emergency services, the Blue Shield offers a powerful model for managing disaster risks at a national level. One of the strengths of the initiative is that although it is principally oriented towards the protection of cultural property in the event of armed conflict, it does have an important role in mitigating and managing disasters. I think that's one of the aspects that makes it a truly international initiative and of universal appeal. In moments of natural disaster, the same need for cooperation exists, and such cooperation results in the same benefits. And as I'll talk about a little bit more, one of the things that I've been trying to do all year is collect information for our archives about our founding, whether it's articles written by our founders, photographs, whom I have to thank a number of contributors that I'll come to, and to hear more about where we came from, to look at where we are today. Following the establishment of the Blue Shield, in the 1999 Second Protocol to the Hague Convention, the International Committee of the Blue Shield was a recognised advisory body to the Intergovernmental Committee for Cultural Property Protection in Armed Conflict, a position we still hold today, and which we attended in that capacity at the Hague Convention meetings the week before last. In 2000, our founders met in Strasbourg to establish the Strasbourg Charter, the ethical principles that mirror those of the Red Cross, which we still hold to today, and the first national committees were established. And you can see here again our founders in Strasbourg. But we also have two other people here, and if anybody knows who this gentleman is or this lady here, we'd love to hear more about them. And we also have to really acknowledge the contributions here of Gaia Jungwalt of ICAMAS and of IFLA as well. It was Marie-Therese who was really instrumental in forming our first national committees. She wrote, "Since its creation, it has been obvious that the efficiency of ICBS would be enhanced by the creation of national Blue Shield committees. It is vital for the international initiative to be taken up and supported by local initiatives. The real value comes when you can transfer the international cooperation to a national and sub-national level and get direct cooperation." Well, today we're starting to realise that. We have 28 registered committees, 6 more whose paperwork is in progress, and another 8 who have declared their intent to register a national committee and who are working on that at the moment. And these really are all around the world, Africa, America, Europe. And if anybody out there happens to be in Asia or the Middle East, we would really love more committees there to join Korea and Lebanon. So do please consider it. In 2003, the ICBS elected its first president, Osh Shimon. And in 2004, it held its first conference, where the Torino Declaration strengthened the organization, followed by so many national committees founding that they've formed their own association of national committees to coordinate them, the ANCBS, and they in turn held their first conference in 2008. But in 2016, it was realised probably having 2 different groups, the ICBS and the ANCBS, wasn't perhaps the best way to go, and they amalgamated to become the Blue Shield, the organisation we have today. And today, at our 25th anniversary, we have 28 national committees, key heritage partnerships with our founding 4, UNESCO and others, and key partners like NATO and the ICRC, who you're going to hear from over the next 2 days. We work to do a lot of proactive protection in before armed conflict and disaster strikes and training in those areas, as well as providing support during crises and responding after emergencies. If you'd like to find out a bit more about some of this and about our founding, we have a communications pack on the website. You can just download it. You should be able to get to it from the front page. Please do have a look at that. So we started our anniversary celebrations with a panel, interviewing our 4 founders and talking about the creation of Blue Shield and what they envisaged for the organisation. And that was chaired by the first president of the ANCBS, who went on to become the first president of Blue Shield in 2017, Karl Habsburg, together with our current president, Peter Stone. It's a really fascinating look at both the situation at the time. So, for example, they talk about the critical events such as the shelling of Dubrovnik that inspired them to go and form this organisation. And also to look at what inspired them going forwards after that. And it's all available on our website. Do please have a look if you're interested. Because we are the Blue Shield and the Hague Convention leaves the placement and design of Blue Shields up to national committees, national authorities. We've been collecting Blue Shields from around the world. And here's just a selection of the countries that have supported us with national Blue Shields. And I just wanted to highlight a few. These are from, like I say, all around the world. And I've just pulled out a few of my favourites, just personal preference. So this is from a recent trip to Krakow in Poland, where, as you can see, they have 4 different Blue Shields just in the one city. And I love the diversity and the different amounts of information that you have about these really important monuments. So everywhere you go, the city highlights its heritage and what's really important to the people there. This is one from Italy, on the medieval town walls, and for many years it was the only blue shield in Italy. So it's really quite important, and it was lovely to have this contribution from Massimo Cassioni. This is the new one that's going to be going up in Lebanon, and I love it because it has QR codes to show what you can do with technology, so that people can just get their phone and find out more about the blue shield, what it stands for, what it means, and how it indicates protected buildings. This is the triple emblem of special protection at Oberreitstollen in Germany, and you can see it on the entrance to the mine where documentary archives are stored, but also on the tiles on the floor. And there are only 14 such sites in the world. You can see here the historical monuments of Matushka, I hope I've said that right, in Germany, in Georgia. And this is one of the sites under enhanced protection, of which there are only 17 in the world as of last year. This is personal favourite. It's Lieutenant Colonel Tim Purbrigg of the British Cultural Property Protection Unit. He stepped down now, but he was absolutely instrumental in founding that unit in the UK. The Hague Convention calls on state parties to create specialist cultural protection units. And I love this picture for what it represents in cultural property protection in the field. This is training in Georgia. Little blue shields being used in training and awareness raising in armed forces in peacetime as preparation activities. The Netherlands ran an exhibition in a castle called Slot Loevestein that was a refuge for cultural property in World War II. And they used blue shields to raise awareness of blue shields in their country as these little plaques for audience participation to write what you thought about the exhibition. And my actual favourite, because I just think this is wonderful, is from Blue Shield France. And it's part of their training and awareness programme. And it's Playmobil Museum, where they are raising awareness and teaching about disaster management. But it's not just obviously about what Blue Shield's done. We've been collecting the information from our national committees around the world to showcase their work, and there's some really fantastic things going on. So we've got presentations from all of them on our website. We're continuing to update those. We have 1 or 2 a month. Please do go have a look at their work, and it's a fantastic opportunity to showcase what Blue Shield's been doing around the world, and some really fantastic examples of cultural property protection. Well, some of our anniversary activities, some national committees have been sharing historical examples of their work, and these are just ones I happen to have photos of. There's been seminars. This is Ireland. This was Iceland and the Netherlands cooperating on a lecture series, which I think is brilliant because collaboration is one of the Blue Shield's strengths, that ability to share expertise. The Greek committee of the Blue Shields ran a seminar series. The UK, in collaboration with the Cultural Property Protection Unit, held a panel looking at what is cultural property protection and exploring what it means to different people, and that's available on their website. Poland held a conference about protecting cultural heritage against hazards, best practices. Turkey, one of our newest committees, has just hosted a conference about protecting cultural heritage in disasters and crises. And Germany have been doing interviews with people involved in cultural property protection, not only in Germany, but in this one that I've highlighted with Blue Shield Mali, again, showing that cooperation and the ability to work across continents. We've been doing interviews with our founders and with our national committees, and these are going online shortly. We're just finishing them off at the moment. And these give an insight into the work of the organisation and cultural property protection more widely. And I do hope you'll be able to look at them once they're online. But none of this could have been achieved without a massive thank you to Etienne Clement, Marie-Therese Barlemarth and Patrick Boylan for their time and generosity in contributing to our archives. To Jessica Barry, Brittany Bradford, Lawrence Brenner, Martin Cox, Yasemin Nabati-Mazlumi and Marcella Salanska, who have been our volunteers and interns in preparing these and supporting these activities throughout the year. We honestly couldn't have done most of this without you all, and we're extremely grateful. I'd just like to thank you all. And to everybody, welcome to our 25th anniversary. It's a real pleasure to have you with us, and thank you very much.